The envelope. I always believed family was supposed to protect you. I was wrong. The night my mother-in-law tried to destroy my marriage started like every other Sunday dinner. My husband, Daniel, was laughing with his father in the backyard. My 3-year-old daughter, Emma, was coloring on the kitchen floor. And my mother-in-law, Linda, was watching us with that same fake smile she had worn since the day I married her son. She never liked me. According to her, I wasn't good enough. I came from a simple family. I didn't have money. I didn't have a fancy career. And worst of all, she never believed Emma was really Daniel's daughter. She never said it directly, but there were comments. She doesn't have Daniel's eyes. She looks nothing like our side of the family. Funny how genetics work. Daniel always ignored her. He trusted me. I thought that would be enough. I had no idea she was planning something much worse. Dinner was almost over when Linda stood up. She reached into her purse. Then she slowly slid a thick white envelope across the table. She smiled at my husband. I think you need to see this. The room became silent. Daniel frowned. What is it? Linda folded her arms. Proof. The accusation. My heart started racing. Daniel opened the envelope. I looked around the table. His father looked confused. His sister wouldn't even look at me. Linda looked excited, like she had been waiting for this moment for years. Daniel pulled out several papers. His eyes moved across the page. He didn't say a word. Linda couldn't wait any longer. I had Emma DNA tested. The whole room froze. I couldn't believe what I had heard. You what? I whispered. She looked at me without a single drop of shame. I knew something was wrong. You trapped my son, and I wasn't going to let you steal this family's future. I felt sick. She had secretly taken my little girl for a DNA test. She had touched my child, lied to her, used her, just to prove I was a cheater. I looked at Daniel. He was still reading. I wanted him to say something, anything, but he stayed quiet. Linda smiled at everyone. Go ahead, Daniel. Read the results. I could barely breathe. Then he looked at his mother, then at me, and he asked one question. When did you do this? Linda laughed. A few weeks ago. I knew you'd thank me one day. But Daniel wasn't smiling, not even a little. The secret I never knew. Daniel looked back at the papers. Then he looked at me. I need to ask you something. Tears filled my eyes. You think I betrayed you? He shook his head. No. I think someone else did. I didn't understand. He held up the DNA report. Mom, where did you get Emma's sample? Linda looked proud. I took her for ice cream. I used her toothbrush. The room exploded. His father stood up. You took my granddaughter without permission? Linda ignored him. It was for this family. Daniel placed the papers on the table. Then he said something none of us expected. This report doesn't just test Emma. Linda smiled. Exactly. He slowly looked at her. It also includes your DNA. Her smile disappeared. She blinked. What? He tapped the paper. You submitted your own sample to prove Emma belonged to our family. She nodded. Of course. Daniel took a deep breath. Then he quietly said, according to this report, your DNA doesn't match mine. The room went silent. I thought I had heard him wrong. His father dropped his fork. Linda's face turned white. The truth comes out. No, she whispered. That's impossible. Daniel pushed the report toward her. It says there's no biological connection. She grabbed the papers with shaking hands. She read them again. And again. Then she started making excuses. The lab made a mistake. The samples got mixed up. This isn't real. But Daniel wasn't listening anymore. He looked at his father. The man who had raised him for 35 years. The man who worked 2 jobs to give his family a good life. His father looked broken. What is he talking about, Linda? She couldn't answer. He asked again. What is he talking about? Tears rolled down her face. Then she whispered the words that changed everything. There was someone else. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. She confessed. Many years ago, before Daniel was born, she had an affair. She never told anyone. Not her husband. Not her son. Not a single person. She had spent years accusing me of cheating, while hiding the biggest secret in the family. Daniel slowly stood up. You spent 3 years attacking my wife. You secretly tested my daughter. And all this time, you were hiding your own lies. The revenge she never expected. Linda reached for Daniel's hand. Please. I only wanted to protect you. He stepped back. No. You wanted control. You wanted to destroy my family because you couldn't face your own past. She turned toward me. For the first time ever, she looked scared. I'm sorry. I looked at her. I remembered every insult, every cruel comment, every holiday she ruined, every time she made me feel like I didn't belong. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I simply said, you stole my daughter's peace. You don't get to be part of her life anymore. Daniel nodded. He took my hand. Then he looked at his mother. You owe my wife an apology. She apologized, but it was too late. Some things can't be repaired. Trust was one of them. We left that house together. And for the first time, I felt like I had truly won the final battle. A few days later, Linda kept calling. She wanted forgiveness. She wanted another chance. Daniel refused. Then his father called us. He had moved out. He couldn't forgive the years of lies. The entire family had fallen apart, not because of me, not because of Emma, but because one person chose suspicion over love. One afternoon, I found Daniel sitting quietly in Emma's room. He was watching her play. I almost lost everything, he said. I sat beside him. No. You protected what mattered. He smiled. I should have stopped my mother years ago. I squeezed his hand. We all learn eventually. He looked at our daughter. I'll never let anyone hurt her again. A new beginning. Months passed. Life became peaceful. Emma was happy. Our home was quiet. One day she asked me a simple question. Mommy, why don't we visit Grandma anymore? I smiled sadly. Because sometimes grown-ups make bad choices. She thought for a second. Then she hugged me. I'll always love you. That little hug healed wounds I didn't even know I had. I realized something. The greatest revenge isn't making someone suffer. It's building a happy life without them. Linda lost more than an argument. She lost her family. Not because of one mistake, but because she let pride become stronger than love. The moral: people who spend their lives looking for betrayal often end up exposing themselves. My mother-in-law wanted to prove that I didn't belong. Instead, she uncovered the secret that had haunted her own life for decades. She wanted to break my family. Instead, she made us stronger. And if there's one lesson I learned from that Sunday dinner, it's this. Trust is built with love. Families survive with honesty. And karma has a strange way of arriving right when people think they've won. Because the truth doesn't destroy innocent people. It destroys lies.